My name's Jules Shoulden, and my background started out in high school teaching. Did that for 30 years, but always had a love and passion for property. So I was doing my own property in the middle of that, flipping, renovating, doing all sorts of things like that, building new houses. Then after a while I went, I'm loving that one way too much. So I left teaching and I went into the property space. So flipped about 20 properties now, done a couple of subdivisions, done some dual occs, so some just small micro developments, and took my love of giving help and service to people and started property coaching and property mentoring as well. So I put my two loves together to create that. One of the most important things about the property coaching space is making sure that people feel supported. And with a lot of opportunities for people buying properties, they don't do it every day of the week. They may not have touched property for 30 years and they've decided that they're going to go into that space. So just knowing all of the little ups and downs that go through, when do I pay my deposit, who do I pay it to, how long have I got to settle, what terms and conditions can I put into the purchase that might be able to help me prepare to put a tenant in, because most of them are looking at investment. So we want to prepare the property so that there's very little downtime between settlement and then when they get a tenant in. So my role is to help support them in that, liaise with property managers, builders, maintenance guys, getting the property ready. Might be painting, might be having to add a new kitchen, or it might just be tidying up the lawns, just getting them ready. But also making sure that they're emotionally supported, because it is big decisions and big choices and nobody ever wants to make a mistake. So I just use some of my experience to support them in that. So one of the strategies that Prosperitii are actually focusing on is purchasing a property for cash flow. So people want to build a portfolio to increase their wealth. Everybody wants to increase their wealth, and property is the vehicle that they're using to actually get that wealth going. The idea is that they might put somebody straight into that property and tenant that property, and over time the value of that property will increase, the leasing opportunities will increase. But the advantage of the choice of the houses that we choose is that there is a second opportunity if you want to actually add value. And by adding value, we mean adding another property, and it might be another two properties if you can put a dual lock at the back. So then subdividing that property. Now you could have 2 to 3 properties now on the same block of land where you're actually getting more and more income. Or if you want to pull some of that income out, you might actually sell the original house once you've done it all, keep the new ones at the back, keep getting your money from that, and then selling the one at the front, and that gives you capital to go and purchase and do it all again. So it's a rinse and repeat technique. My role as a mentor coach is to actually hold the hand. And not everyone needs their hand held, but sometimes you just need someone to run an idea past, or they've got a couple of ideas but they don't know where to go with them, or things that, if they're inexperienced, they haven't even thought of because there's no experience there. So I use my experience to maybe suggest a better option, a more viable option, a cheaper option. So we're trying to maximise the dollar and maximise the property, but spend as little as possible. So over the years, I've worked with a lot of different property professionals, and one of the key things that I've noticed with Prosperitii that's different, and a point of difference, is that they take more care and take longer to look after the client. They don't just do the service, they then take that service further and make sure that they're well protected and they're well supported all the way through as long as they need. So that way people feel like they've got a team behind them, rather than I've bought my property and everybody disappears and now what do? So I think that's what I like about it. I love the authenticity of it and that desire to help and support people and provide that additional service, which you just don't see in other BAs. One of the most important things about property development is that there are lots and lots of ups and downs, and you have to expect that there's going to be ups and downs. And if you think you're going to go from A to B without any problems, then you're probably being unrealistic. And it's not about avoiding those situations because they're very common. It's about how do you manage and handle that and keep going. So one of the things with property and micro developments is keep it small, less problems if it's small developments. It's more manageable. You actually achieve the result a lot quicker because it doesn't take as long. And then you can rinse and repeat and do that same thing over and over again. And even when you do the next one, there'll still be different problems in that. So it's just a matter of feeling supported all the way through and making sure that that's the way you actually want to grow your wealth. It is a really solid way of doing it. Regardless of the global market, you're always going to be able to be safe when you're dealing with property. So it's a great investment.